Hi, everyone. Welcome to another fantastic edition of Watchbots Prime. This is Ben, and I am here to bring you the noise and to bring you the funk. I've got this pimple on the corner of my lip, and normally that wouldn't be a big deal, but as a podcaster, my mouth is my paintbrush, and it's actually really annoying to deal with. This is a strange thing to start the show with. I grant you that. But I owe you 3 to 5 minutes of content. And God damn it, 3 to 5 minutes of content is what you are going to get. So last week we watched My Pet Monster. We talked about it. I don't know that you could enjoy the cartoon on any level other than as a train wreck, but I hope you enjoyed our look at it. I guess if you enjoyed that on a car wreck level too, that's fine. Just as long as you got something out of it. That's really the big thing. My Pet Monster, it's sort of turned into like a dream for me, if that makes sense. You know, like when you have a dream at night and you lose it immediately and you try to go about your day, and then all of a sudden you'll get these flashes here and there, and it like will be like a deja vu thing. You know what I mean? Like you lived the dream and now it's manifesting in your real life. My Pet Monster is sort of doing that, but only in the song version. So, you know, I'll be sitting at my desk at work, working on a spreadsheet or some other really interesting task, and all of a sudden it'll be My Pet Monster, and it just completely breaks my mental concentration, and that is probably not a good thing. I've had this thought that watching so many cartoons in succession will be like ultimately detrimental for me and Dave and Shaylin. Like it will make us all markedly dumber. I don't know if that will actually come to pass, but I thought that was an interesting thing to pass along. What I will say, though, is I guess the internet and you folks love My Pet Monster. It set our all-time one-day download record, which is interesting. We're not complaining about that, of course. We love each and every one of you, some more than others, but all at least a little bit. But we thank you for that. Let us know what you think. As always, email at watchbotspod.com or Twitter at watchbotspod, Instagram, all that good stuff. What else is going on? Over the weekend, Shaylin and I rewatched Terminator 2, Judgment Day, and this will shock a lot of you, but that movie fucking rules. I've seen that movie probably, no joke, 25 to 30 times, and it just holds up so well. It's got a lot of really interesting emotional beats. The visual effects are obviously great. The CGI is a little dated, but it was 1991, so you can look past it. But even the practical stuff, a lot of the chases and things like that are really, really cool. It's such a goddamn good movie. And it kind of bums me out what they have done to the Terminator franchise since then. Terminator 3, obviously pretty shitty. Terminator Salvation, ill-conceived, not sure why it existed. And then Genesis, which is even worse conceived. I think it retconned Judgment Day. You had a doughy John Connor as a Terminator. Just a really fucking horrible idea. And I know they're rebooting it and bringing it back again with Arnold, obviously, and with Linda Hamilton back. But geez, how you fucked that up from the first two. It's just sort of a thing. I did look it up, and there was no Terminator cartoon, which is a bummer. In some ways, it seems like a fit. Like if they made a cartoon out of that crazy Godzilla movie from the 90s that you couldn't out of the Terminator is sort of interesting. But yeah, good flick. Check that one out. On to this week, and we are watching, one of the bigger cartoons of the 80s, and that being Transformers. Everybody knows Transformers. More than meets the eye, Autobots, Decepticons, a franchise of decent to bad movies. It's great. It's got everything. But the episode we're watching was toward the end of the Generation 1 run. and that is Call of the Primitives, and it's a little different than you might be used to. Let's take a listen. It's got a really kickin' beat, and that's what I can say for this episode. Going into it, visually, the music, it's cool. It's groovy. Nobody knows hip hop like I know hip hop and fat beats, and this has got that in spades. It may not have Optimus Prime and a lot of your classic favorites, but it's interesting, and I think that there's a lot to talk about, and hopefully we will all learn a little bit as we do it. I think that will close us out for this week. Join us on Monday as we get into Transformers and Dave's childhood and what makes Shaylin uncomfortable and me maneuvering in the spaces in between. It'll be fun, I promise. Until then, this is Ben. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. And fuck, I really need to pre-plan these a little bit. Don't get your foot caught in the gears of a transformer. Yeah. Bye.